I don't know who made the motion on this item number 11, but I would ask for an amendment to that motion that 400, I believe it's $465,000 be deducted from that amount. That would be put into the general fund reserves to pay for the winter shelter until such time, and then whatever money that we come up with to fund that we could put that into the reserves at a later time, but at least we would have money.
No, actually, it's docketed for September 11th, remember? And I prefer not to do that. I prefer not to do it because I don't want to discourage anyone from making donations before then, and we're not in a rush to do it before then. So I might support that in September, but I'd sure like to see what fundraising we could do without putting money from the reserves into the effort. No? Okay, but Mr. Bedaford, I'll put that in the motion if you would like to vote on that.
Well, Mr. Peters, I think the spirit of where you're going from is a smart, prudent way to go. I also, though, am just terribly fearful of waiting again until the last minute.
All right, I'll tell you what, we'll make that a separate sub-item, which would be the motion by Ms. Fry, seconded by Mr. Medaffer, to further reduce the money to be put into the reserves by, what did you say, $465,000?
Correct.
I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah, I believe it was 465.
And if we could just have that motion is caveated pending the discussion at September 11th, where there might be other funding sources
No,
identified.
you have to do it or not. That's what I'm saying. We're going to do it today, or we're not going to do it today.
No, what I'm saying is we're going to do it today. I support Ms. Fry, but I also believe that there will be other funding sources that, in fact, at some point we would just return those to the reserves.
All right.
And that could be part of the motion, that the $465,000 today, whatever is allocated, that as that money comes in, that it be specifically sent back to the reserves for that amount of money.
All right. That's the motion. All right. So we will.
But I'm just, I think I can support it. I'm a little hesitant because I'm not sure what that, there are a lot of, it's not just the homeless issue. I mean, there's a lot of issues that we've dealt with and talked about in regards to social service. So
well, all this deals with is the winter shelter.
Well, I mean,
This would be.
There's been a lot of cuts in social service, not just the winter shelter.
No, we actually managed to get the additional revenue for the social service programs. Those were funded, and then that left us short $465,000 for the winter shelter. This would at least have that money allocated, and then we could work towards putting that money back into the reserves. But at least we would know in the homeless shelter, providers would know that that revenue was there right now, and they could start making plans. In other words, it would be funded.
Well, I guess I can support it today.
Thank you.
All right. I'll just indicate I prefer to have the discussion September 11th. I'm not saying I'm against it, but I don't think this is the appropriate time. Mr. West, do you have anything further?
I just wanted to say that I think we're losing out on some opportunities of other funding, and we did give the Housing Commission a directive. I'd like to see them come back with something, and I think we're letting them off the hook with this.
Okay. On the motion, please vote. Call the roll. That passes 5-3 with districts 2, 8, and the chair voting no.